NNED Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. I'll let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to give some shouts out to the early birds. I'm going to start with El Chanco. What's up, El Chanco? 404 Gaming Crew. What it do? What's up, Tony Snow? What's up? What's up? What's up, JP? Lulu. Yeah, fam, it's going to be a heavy one because I got something to say. And, it's going to be some people who ain't going to like what I got to say. But I'm going to say it because it need to be said. I ain't come here to be politically correct. I ain't came here to make no friends. I got something heavy to say. Yeah. What's up, Cat? William Webb, Pontiac, Michigan. What's up? Yeah, man. All right, fam. I'm gonna go ahead and go in. I'm gonna go in. A few more shout outs. Chavis Grenard. Chavis Grenard. You know what? I'm gonna come back to what you said, Destroyer. The irony of your name, Destroyer, but you just said a mouthful, fingertip move full, whatever. But yeah, man, I feel you on that. I feel that. He put a pic up of Lil Ronnie and his daughter. Family, we got a shooting in Forest Hill, just outside of Fort Worth, Texas. Fort Worth is up near Dallas. We got, okay, so I'm gonna just tell you so far what I know. Police and paramedics have only confirmed 2 fatalities related to a shooting on Monday morning at Slappy's Express Car Wash on Forest Hill Drive. A family member at the scene identified the victims as Chucky Smith, aka Lil Ronnie. He is a North Texas rapper, and his 5-year-old daughter. Police officers were reportedly called to help with crowd control because of the number of people who showed up at the scene after the shooting. Forest Hill police still haven't released any details about what happened. However, I did get notice that they do have video of the suspects. Let me say that again. I got word that they got video of the suspects. I ain't got no problem with that. I don't know what Lil Ronnie did, but I know that baby ain't did nothing. I know that for a fact. I don't know if Lil Ronnie did something or not to deserve it, because sometimes you got people that'll ride on you just because they're jealous, just because they want to eliminate the competition of whatever. You might not even know you got a bag on your head. You may not even know a person got a problem with you, and they'll come out of nowhere and try to down you. So I don't know what Lil Ronnie was in. I know Lil Ronnie was a self-proclaimed gambler. I know he gambled. We all know that. He gambled. He was a hustler. We know that. So I don't know what he did to get somebody hot at him enough to want to take his life. But I know that baby ain't did nothing. I know that for a fact. You know what, family? I don't think that I would have been as blessed in my life if I didn't have barriers, if I didn't have boundaries. I don't think I'd be as blessed. I don't think I would have lived as long. You gotta have some boundaries, man. You gotta have some limits. That was a time when babies didn't go, man. You don't go. That don't go right there. Even the gangster, the gangsters will take out anybody. Hold on, man. I ain't doing that. Y'all remember that scene from Scarface? This was a movie, but it's true to life. Remember the scene from Scarface when the dude from in the other country, I forgot, was it Nicaragua or somewhere, one of those Spanish countries, and they was sent to go kill this dignitary that was set to speak, to give an important speech. I think it was about like trying to stop the drug trade. And he was trying to, I think he was calling for the arrest of this big drug kingpin, and they wanted him killed, and they sent Scarface and what did they call him in the movie? Tony. They sent Tony and his buddy to go get him, and they pulled up. They were supposed to put the bomb on the car, something like that. I can't remember. I don't remember if they were supposed to bomb him or spray him down, whatever. They were supposed to kill the dude. And the dude came out. I think the dude came out with his wife and daughter, or the daughter had his daughter with him. And Tony was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm not killing no kids. Yeah, it was a bomb. That's right. It was a bomb. They had planted the bomb on the car. And the dude was getting ready to detonate the bomb. And Tony was like, no, we're not doing it. I'm not doing that. Now, eventually, that decision caused Tony his life. But Tony had limits, and he was a killer. He was a born killer, but he had limits. Like, I'm not killing no kids. So my question is, when did we become so uncivilized that we just start killing kids. Yeah, that's right. Tony killed the dude. He killed the dude. It's been a long time since I watched the movie, but he killed the dude instead. When did we become so uncivilized that we start killing the kids? See, a lot of dudes out here in the streets who got kids, they really don't love them kids. They got kids, but they really don't love them because you can tell how they move that they don't love them. There was a time when you also didn't shit where you lay your head. So you would protect your family, keep them out of harm's way. I know dudes who all I've been knowing them is for them to be in the streets. They got whole families and they keep them tucked away out of the way. You don't know nothing about them. You don't even know where they live or nothing. They go to great extents to keep their family out of harm's way. Now, a lot of cats don't think about that because oftentimes they think that I'm in the streets, I'm doing this for my kids. So, because I love my kids, that's why I'm doing this. But really, it's really not for the kids. If you really want to know the truth, it's so you can have your cake and eat it too. It is because it's for the kids, and bigger than that is for you, because the kids don't need to ride in a Bentley. The kids don't need an infant. A 5-year-old don't care nothing about a Bentley. You know, a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old don't care nothing about a Rolex watch. So all this extra stuff that we be doing, we talking about we really be doing it for ourselves. A 10-year-old don't care nothing about no Louis Vuitton. They don't care nothing about Gucci. They don't care nothing about living in a castle or mansion. They kids. All they care about is playing with their friends. And when they get hungry, they want to eat. They're really simple. So we call ourselves being hustlers and going to get it and come back with it for the babies and the woman and whatever. But it's almost like we don't read the press. It's almost like we don't look at the news and we ain't got the memo. Or we got the memo that this is a dangerous way to live life. We got the memo, but we just somehow ignore the memo, or we act like we're smarter than all of the millions of guys who came before us and got killed or went to prison. Somehow we think, or got their family, their loved ones caught up in the crossfire, got their loved ones killed. We think that somehow we're just smarter than everybody else. So what ends up happening? So we end up getting killed, maimed, paralyzed, or we end up spending a gang of years in prison. We're in prison behind the walls. We're trying to hold on to whatever dignity that we have, whatever manhood that we have, knowing that some other man is now stepped into the role to try to fill our shoes. Another man is walking through your house in his drawers, bossing your kids around. At the very least, he's telling them what to do. Another man is taking care of your kids. That's your responsibility. But another man is doing it. That's got to make you feel bad. That's got to be a bad, bad feeling. Again, I don't know what Lil Ronnie may have not gotten himself into that would make somebody want to take his life. But I know that baby ain't did nothing. And that's why, more than any reason, the killers are going to get caught. And they will face the United States of America criminal justice system. So whatever freedom they have right now, they can count their days because justice is coming. And there will be no pardons. Justice is coming. You see, there are certain types of crimes that you can commit in this country. You're not getting away with it. There are certain kind of crimes you commit. Your ass going to jail. In this country, they can solve any crime that they want to solve. You ever notice how fast they solve murders when the police get killed? Unless they do the killing. But, if a regular person kill the police, they gonna catch him. Because you know what they gonna do? They're gonna start off at the scene of the crime or where they think the crime occurred or where they find the body. And then they are going to start spreading the net. That net gets wider and wider. When I say that net starts getting wider, what makes that net? Video, surveillance footage, witnesses, eyeballs, ears. They just widen the net. Simultaneously, while they're widening the net, they are looking at who stood to benefit the most from you getting killed. Who are your enemies? Who stood to benefit the most? Who is your significant other? What type of terms were you on at the time? Good or bad? Your ass getting caught. Certain types of crimes you commit, they're going to get you. You cannot kill police officers and not get caught with, I guess it's possible, but it's very unlikely you will get away. And that is because they want you to know they can kill you, but you can't just be going around killing them. So they got to put an end to that. They're going to have to put a dragnet on you. They got to make sure that the word get out. If you kill a cop, you're going to get jammed up. They coming to get you. Likewise, if you gun down an innocent 5-year-old girl while she's with her daddy at a car wash, cleaning the car, sitting inside of the car while her daddy is cleaning the car, washing, your ass going to jail. It's as simple as that. Now, you then are faced with the consequences of asking yourself, damn, could I have let that go? Did I really have to take that dude life over that? Could I have let that go? 99% of the murders that have happened in the world most likely could have been avoided if cooler heads would have prevailed, if somebody would have not let their pride get in the way. See, I said in a song, a Ghetto Boy song called The Secret. Dude was one deep at the stove. He said, I ain't no hoe. Got clapped in the back of his fro. It didn't have to go like that. Believe me, mister, someday niggas gonna respect these pistols. Get out the way, play the stay when a fool got the ups. Pride to get a motherfucker shot in the guts. That pride, man, it's misplaced pride. Because a lot of us are proud of the wrong things. We proud of a hood that we don't own. One brick in. We proud of a hood that we don't own one brick in. We're proud of the wheels on our car. We're proud of these designer clothes that we spent this exorbitant amount of money for that we can't wear but a couple of times because, it stands out. So everybody gonna know, oh man, you wore that on January 14th. I saw you when I was walking out of the store, man. I saw you driving by. Boy, I was like, man, that's a Louis Vuitton right there. We're proud that we took another dude gal. We proud that we hit the dude. We beat up a dude. We bullied a guy. We proud because we bullied him. Beat up an old man. We smacked the old man for no reason. Man, that was a knockout blow, boy. Man, damn, boy, that's a boy, that hit hard, man. Remember how he knocked that such? We proud that we cussed the teacher out. Proud that we got a pocket full of money. Instead of a 401k. Or generational wealth. We proud of destroying stuff instead of building. I used to be like that, man. I know the mentality. I used to be that way. I had to catch my snap though, because life would have turned out a whole lot differently. Wasn't nothing special about me. I just, got to a point where I started caring about myself. Got to a point where I didn't want to give them people no more time. Got to a point to where I didn't like the fact that when you go out in the streets and you're in the club and gunshot ring out, you're shooting and you got to watch your back, and everywhere you go, you're looking around and then you get gunned down and you line up in the morgue with a wire cut in your chest. Well, that's coming for everybody. But there's some things you can do to rush it. I ain't in no rush. See, a lot of these dudes out here, they move like they tired of living. So I can understand it. I don't know how you get beat. I don't know how you're so young and tired of living. I don't know how you can be so young and ready to go to prison for the rest of your days and miss out on a whole world that's out there, a whole world of experiences. I don't know how you can be that young and see so many examples. Like there may have been a time, depending on where you live, you didn't really see the examples. We heard about it. Now we see examples in real time. We see murders happening on TV. We see murders happening on the internet. We see it. We used to have to hear about it. Even in the news, they didn't have cameras most of the time. They didn't have the video. We just had to go by what they reported. Now we're seeing it happen in 4K. We see it. We see it. There go the trap. Instead of me walking over there, let me walk my ass over here and walk right into this trap. I just got tired of being a damn fool. I got tired of being fooled. Like a lot of us, we don't want to be fooled in relationships, but we ain't got no problem being fooled in life. We don't mind getting tricked out of our money. I mean, we don't mind being tricked out of, we don't mind being tricked out of our, we don't mind being tricked out of our life, out of our time, out of our family, out of our freedom. But we don't want to be tricked in a relationship. Good Lord. Oh, man. What's up, China Carter? China Carter in the building. What's up? What's up? Whoo-wee, man. Don't know what Lil Ronnie did, if he did anything to provoke somebody to provoke somebody enough to want to take his life. Don't know if he did something that egregious. But I know that baby ain't did nothing. Baby girl ain't did nothing. So right now, police are saying the motive is unknown, but when they catch who did it, they're gonna start ratting each other out. That's coming. That's coming. If they ain't already ratting each other out, that's coming. You got some people be weary of people who say, well, man, when you choose the game, that's the game. That's what come with it. That's the game. Be weary of that. Got that part for him. If that's what he chose, if he did something to provoke somebody to go to that length where they wanted him unalived, that's one thing. But that baby ain't did nothing. So that would be one of those cases where two wrongs don't make a right. Yeah, mark my words, fam. This ain't gonna turn out for the killers. You know, the shooters. This ain't gonna turn out right for them. It ain't gonna go like they think it. They thought it was gonna go. From what I understand, the baby girl birthday was just yesterday. Mark my words, fam. It ain't gonna take long. By the end of the week, they'll have their suspects. Well, let me put it like this: by the end of the week, I say they'll announce them. They may already know exactly who it is. They may have already identified them. But word is, the police do have surveillance video of the suspects. I'm just trying to figure out what are they getting out of it? I mean, what is the reward? See, I have to look at risk versus reward. What is the reward for killing this man and his 5-year-old daughter? What do you get out of that? What are you getting? What is the reward? That's what I'm trying to figure out. You're not getting any cool points on this one. Ain't nobody gonna pat you on the back and say, yeah, you did that, boy. That boy, that a real one. He a real one. Ain't nobody saying that. So what is the reward? Ain't nobody, maybe somebody, gave him some money or something. He had a bag on his head and he got some money out of it. Okay, some money out of it that is gonna be gone by the time them people come. The money will probably be gone. But even if, let's say, you got every single dollar, whatever that is, it ain't gonna be enough for a murder case. And I'm sure it was multiple people. So getting a free world lawyer on a murder case is typically a minimum $50,000. to get anybody kind of decent on a murder case, looking at 50 racks. How many dudes in the streets right now, even the one that's got the mask on, how many dudes in the streets putting a mask on out there risking their life with these aggravated cases, risking their freedom with these aggravated cases, got 50 racks laying around? Let's say they do got 50 racks laying around. You're going to have to give it all up. Now what you got? Now you back to zero. Because after the lawyer is commissary and continuing to try to pay them bills that you're paying right now in the free world. And at some point, you better remember, at some point, that lawyer might decide to dip. Or what if you get convicted? Now you got to come up with some money for the appeals lawyer, which you ain't going to have. And you're going to be in there, and the people going to be doing whatever the hell they want to do to you. All while you're trying to keep Big Bubba off your ass. You're going to be trying to fight the system and the sickos who can match your energy. Witnesses say a car pulled up and opened fire with more than 15 to 20 rounds, 20 shots fired. This is the same Lil Ronnie that went viral for a moment with his daughter at her school for Donuts with Dad. It was a Donuts for Dad event. And then when one of her classmates didn't have a father present, he stepped up to make sure the kid wasn't left out. You know, it's like with all of the people that's coming out, that went out there on the scene to support. I know there was a lot of people just trying to look and be nosy, but it seemed like there was a lot of people out there who really was like, you know, down with this guy, supporting him, that were out there, and they were leaning on each other and crying and going on. And all of that's fine, fam. You know, the tears are fine. The leaning on each other, that's fine. But, you know, is that what people are, is that what we're doing now? Is that what we're like living for? So we can have a moment that somebody lean on each other for us? I'm not saying that's the situation with him. That was the situation with him, because I'm sure most people don't even think that deep. I think things out in detail. I look at it several different ways, several different outcomes. But I'm gonna tell you something, fam. And I want all you hustlers out there to listen to what I gotta say. Hear me and hear me good. All you street dudes out there, listen to what I'm saying. Hear me and hear me good. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. If you're going to be in the streets, understand what come with that, and that likely that could happen to you. That's going to end up happening to you, because a lot of dudes in the streets, they ain't got no principles. It ain't like it used to be, a lot of back in the day, a street dude, he could be the most ratchet dude, but he would have principles. He could be the most shiesty dude, but he would have some types of principles. Can't have it both ways. If you live a hood rich lifestyle, if you live that lifestyle of fast money, because that could have been a situation where it was a robbery attempt. Didn't seem like it. If somebody said they just heard 15, 20 shots, don't know. It could have been a robbery attempt because, he was known to pack stacks. He was known to pack stacks and show it off, so it could have been a robbery attempt. But if you want to have that life where you flashing money and you moving amongst the wolves, and you get it, you excited by that fast life, just know what come with it. All of this, street bravado, it means nothing. The streets have taken much more from us than we've ever gained. The streets is winning. The streets is up. The streets is way up. Like, check the scoreboard, man. We down. You got a dude, you got a father, not just a dude, you got a father. Gunned down along with his daughter, along with his 5-year-old daughter. I submit to you that with all that street knowledge, he didn't do enough to protect her. Now, I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but he did not do enough to protect her. Even if he didn't do anything to anybody, even if he didn't threaten somebody, pop somebody before that, take something from somebody, the fact that he's riding around with them stacks and bragging about being the #1 gambler in Texas and all that kind of stuff, some people think that's harmless. But you got to understand, man, it's uncivilized mutts out there looking for an opportunity. They looking for an easy lick. They don't believe in working. They don't believe in working for their own. They believe in sitting on their asses, sitting on their lazy asses, letting you go out there and do whatever you got to do to earn yours. And then they believe in taking what you got, what you work for. That's what they believe in. That's how they rock. That's the way they rock. They don't believe in working. In fact, they think jacking is a job. They think that's their job. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you think jacking is a job, keep on jacking. Because I don't know a job. I don't really know a job where the statistics are out the roof with people getting killed and going to jail just for going to work. I don't know jobs where people get left and right. They're wanted by the police just for working. I'll never give an uncivilized mutt in a badge an excuse to take Black life. But I will tell you this. They watch what we do to each other. And it is because of that, well, not solely because of that, but that is one of the biggest reasons why they're so disrespectful to us collectively. Because they see how disrespectful we are to each other. Now, they already have their reasons why they don't like us. They got their reasons already. But when you give them an excuse, oh man, they are going to pounce on that. Nadia in here talking about band rap. Hip hop is cool. Man. So they just killed this kid and his daughter while they may continue to breathe oxygen above the ground. They're about to be put away and hid. They're about to be hidden for so many years. They're going to start second guessing whether death might be an easier way to live or an easier way out. They're going to have to start second guessing themselves. I'm sure it hit them really hard when they get their sentence. They'll get the sentence in about another year and a half or so, maybe a year, because the way that these dudes are crashing out these days, these trials and stuff are coming up fast now. So within 2 years, they'll have their sentence and it'll finally hit them that they ain't coming home and their mamas and daddies and many of the people that they love will probably be dead, and many of the people that are their age right now are going to have gray hairs and grandchildren when they get out of prison, if they get out of prison. That's if they get out of prison. And while they're in there, they're going to have to adhere to the rules of prison life. I know in Texas, in certain prisons, you got to strip butt naked on your intake. When you first come into prison, you got to strip butt naked on intake, and you got to stand toe to heel with the guy in front of you, butt naked, before you shower. Anybody looking forward to that? I know you're looking forward to jacking. I know you're looking forward to robbing somebody. I know you're looking forward to selling them drugs. But are you looking forward to that? Are you looking forward to that slop? Are you looking forward to a dirty cop who talks to you like a dog, who talks to you like you're nothing, like you're a kid or something? Some of them cops in there, they be like, some of them would be like 23, 25 years old, talking to grown men who are in their 50s and 60s, 40s, like kids. Shut up. Did I hear somebody talking? All right, get off the phones. Phones, that's it. Well, actually, the phones cut off at a certain time. But I guess depending on where you're at, too. Anybody that's jumping straight to ban rap music is you're not thinking critically. You're not even scratching the surface. You're looking at a byproduct of the problem. You ain't even looking at the real problem. Anytime I hear somebody talking about ban rap, there's a rapper, this is a rapper. Yeah, a lot of the rap music is part of the problem, but it's a byproduct of a deeper problem. It ain't the source. All of this, family, all of this is social engineering. What these dudes are doing out here in the streets is social engineering. It was social engineering when I was coming up. A lot of us got caught up and couldn't come back. A lot of us hit our head and we couldn't get up off the floor. We couldn't get back up. We failed and we couldn't get back up. Some of us barely escaped. Social engineering. Whatever you see happening that triggers you, the greater problem is much deeper. And the greater problem got into motion well before that thing that triggers you was in motion. When these people start when these people bring crack into, when these people, first of all, give you an incentive, when they incentivize single parenting, when they punish mothers for being in a relationship with the father of their children, when they underfund schools that are a pathway to getting out of poverty, when they take away the trade courses, whereas even if I don't go to college, even if I'm not smart enough to go to college, I can do this trade. I can work with my hands. And I can always be able to feed myself and take care of myself and my family with this trade. You think that was an accident? You really think that was an accident that they took those trades out of those schools? Let's cripple them. Let's incentivize single parenthood. Let's punish them and talk down on their male figures. Let's make their male figures look like failures, no matter who they are, no matter how much money they got or don't have. We're going to make them look like they're nothing. And we're going to make them the face of deadbeat dads. Most of the dudes I know, especially personally, got relationships like this with their children. I'm talking about damn good fathers, intentional fathers, intentionally present, involved in their children's lives. They take our worst and prop it up as an example of who we are collectively. And they take their best and prop them up as an example of who they are collectively. So they incentivize single parenting, especially single mothers, mainly single mothers, punish married couples, defund the schools or underfund the schools, do away with trade courses that could offset any type of shortcomings somebody might have with higher learning. And you ain't necessarily got to have shortcomings. You can be a really, really smart person and still have a trade, and just, you can take any type of trade, because there are some people with trades who are multimillionaires. And at the same time, they're attacking us with bringing the drugs into the neighborhood. They bring the drugs into a poverty-stricken neighborhood and tell these guys, yo, we got your back. We're going to give you the protection. You're going to be the man. And they know you give a poor guy some opportunity like that, he going to take it. That's anywhere in the world. He going to take that opportunity. This guy becomes the man. Now he got some little mans around him. And now they got a problem with these dudes over here that's trying to get on the turf. Now they start fighting for turf, fighting over turf. Now you got a turf war. In addition to the turf war, you got to watch your back for your lieutenants, your captains. Because if you get in a jam, or they might be the one to try to jam you up. Whole while they jealous of you. They jealous of they jealous of you. They want your girl. They want your spot. They know where your stuff is. They know your connection. All they got to do is get rid of you. And see, it's a mentality when you go into that world. It's a mentality like every man for himself. If this person, whoever, I'm only going to work with who, I'm only care about who helping me get paid. Who I got to use for right now to help me get paid. So some dudes have that mentality like they don't care about nobody, nothing. It's all about them getting it. And they oftentimes build up little minions who have that same type of mentality or even worse. And then they get taken out. And then that guy comes in and then it's rinse and repeat. Check the scoreboard. We're losing. We're losing. I'll bet you $1 to a donut. The dudes who killed old buddy and his daughter are comfortable in the neighborhood. I'll go as far as saying they probably already was known for being hitters in the neighborhood. Probably didn't kill other people in the neighborhood. And they were allowed to stay in the neighborhood. See, I done lived long enough and been broke enough and been rich enough to live around a lot of different people. I lived in different countries. I know that when I moved into this particular neighborhood, when I first got outside of the hood and moved into a suburban neighborhood, I saw a big difference in how they go about keeping the peace in the neighborhood. You got people in the neighborhood who care about their property value. If you murder somebody in the neighborhood, it has a ripple effect on property value. It starts with the house that the murder happened, or the street that the murder happened on. Nobody wants to move on the street where murder is happening. You damn sure don't want to move into the house where somebody got murdered in or got murdered in front of. The property value drops. And so does the property values next door and across the street. And it could go on and on. So when you kill somebody in the neighborhood, and that person is from the neighborhood, all the neighbors turn on you. All the neighbors turn on you. Your grandmama ain't gonna be able to just walk down the street. You know, you see sometimes you see little old people walking down the street with their little cane and just nice. They just wave. They never had any problem for 20 years. They just be walking and just hi and kill somebody, child, and watch what happened. All of a sudden, your grandma, it ain't safe for her to walk down the street no more. Little kids be like, your son is a killer. Your grandson's a killer. You know, start writing stuff out on the garage and stuff with paint, throwing stuff. You go to school, they harass your kids, harass your grandchildren, you got to get your ass up out of there. You got to leave. You got to sell that house. You got to go. You're not going to be able to stay in that house. And your child or grandchild just took somebody's child. That ain't going to happen. But it happened in the hood all the time. In fact, some of us are so relaxed with these killers that we call them killers. We'll give them a nickname. What's up, killer? Do you know what that do to a person's psyche when they're called a killer? But they want to live up to the reputation. And then you got other people that know they called killer because they kill. Now they thinking, I'll probably have to do something to him. Because there's always another killer in the room. There's a killer born every day. He go to prison. He come out the killer. He just killed somebody in your neighborhood. He killed somebody in your neighborhood. He go to prison, come out, and what your dumb ass do? Throw a barbecue for him. Everybody at the park. A damn barbecue for a dude who killed somebody's child. Y'all all at the house, all in the front yard barbecuing. He chilling like ain't nothing ever happened. That don't go in certain neighborhoods. That don't go. He got to go. He got to get up out of there. His family got to get up out of there. I don't give a damn if they've been living in the house for 100 years. They got to get up out of there. So we got to get to a point till we start banning these uncivilized mutts because they are holding all of us back. We got to start disowning these uncivilized mutts because they are holding all of us back. We keep looking at race as the main factor or the only factor that triggers us enough to make us want to take it to the streets. But a lot of these uncivilized mutts are in blackface, and they're in natural blackface. Anywhere you go in life, anything you do in life, if you're not helping, you're hurting. In my neighborhood, I know for a fact I'm helping. I contribute to the well-being and the beauty of my neighborhood. Not just by home improvements and keeping my yard tidy, making sure that I ain't got no shingles hanging and gutters hanging off the house or whatever. I'm investing in plants in the neighborhood, the upkeep of the gates, the lights, the street pavement. And even if I didn't have that kind of money, when I was in the neighborhood, there came a time where I started saying to myself, I'm not going to be the problem any longer. I'm going to be part of the solution. So I was one of the ones who helped maintain the peace. Somebody tried to come in the neighborhood and violate Then I had to regulate, let them know it don't go over here. We don't do that over here. And this was in a neighborhood where just walking to the store was an adventure. But I needed it to be safe for my mama and my sisters and my little brother to walk up and down the street without getting hit in the head or catching a stray bullet. What I'm trying to say is it takes men to step up. It takes men to have enough nuts to not fear being talked down on, looked at as a square, and all this stuff. This is why I even speak the way I speak on YouTube. You have people say, well, man, man, well, what about that music you made? And what about it? See, if you listen to the music, you might learn something. But if you listening to criticize, if you listening to try to extract the negative, then that's all you're gonna get from the message. But if you listen for the game, if you're listening for the game, if you're listening for the upside, then you'll hear the game in it. You'll get the information and the instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. But if you listen to that music and all you hear is, I make big money, I drive big cars, everybody know me, it's like I'm a movie star. If that's all you heard and that encouraged you to go out and sell some dope, you missed the whole message. You missed the whole, but late at night, something ain't right. I feel I'm being tailed by the same sucker's headlights. You missed that part, didn't you? Because you wanted to miss that part. You wanted an excuse to sell that dope. Because if you got it in your mind, you ain't selling no dope, it's going to take a whole lot more than a damn rap song to make you sell some dope. If you got it in your mind that you ain't finna go throw your whole life away over a misunderstanding and pull out a gun and shoot into a crowd indiscriminately, you already made your mind up you ain't gonna be involved in that type of stuff. I don't give a damn what kind of rap song you listening to. The rap song can have your name in it. Let's say your name is Brian. Let's say your name is Lil Mike. Your name could be Lil Mike. The rap song can say, Lil Mike, take the gun and go get him. Shoot that nigga, shoot him, get him. Don't let the nigga live. Don't let him live. Don't let him live. Get his kids, get his wife, You're going to be like, you might like the song, but you jamming to it because it's got to do beat and you singing the lyrics, but you ain't finna go do nothing. You ain't finna go kill nobody because you don't want to kill nobody. You got enough sense. Let me tell you what I think about drill music. Yeah, it's out of control. I do believe that it's detrimental. But I also know that drill music is similar to love music. You put on love music, you don't need music to make love to. None of us need music to make love. I got a hell of an imagination. I know I don't need no music. In fact, sometimes music can be a distraction to me. So I don't need music to make love. But music get a lot of us in the mood. It helps with the mood to make love. It helps with the mood. That's what I want to say. Not necessarily get us in the mood, but it helps with the mood. It helps the mood. You're going to make love anyway. Music is just helping along. So if you hear some drill music, you already got killed on your mind. So yeah, it's helping you Get in the mood. It's helping the mood. It's helping you with your mood. It ain't encouraging you to go out and kill somebody. It's helping you with your mood. So you're going to go kill somebody. You're going to kill them anyway. You don't need no damn song. If somebody slap your mama, you don't need to listen to no damn song telling you, go slap that nigga, get the nigga, clap him, clap him. You don't need to hear no music to make you go get a motherfucker who slap your mama. I know I don't. I'm going to get him because I want to go get him. Now, if I just happen to put on some music to help with my mood, that's a different thing. But I don't need no music to go get him. All this stuff about the music. Look, fam, and I'm not making no excuses for no rappers. No, I do believe everybody should be able to say whatever they want to say, but you should also have to deal with the consequences of saying whatever you say. I do believe that. You got to deal with the consequences, whatever come with that. You out there talking about clapping somebody and smoking on somebody. Well, when somebody start clapping your way and smoking on you, hey, that's something you got to deal with. That's something your family got to deal with. You out here making that drill music, talking about killing and smoking on people, and your family jamming to it and twerking and all that. Well, now it's your time. Let's see if they twerking. Let's see if they still jamming and twerking. So I'm not going to make excuses for nobody, but I'll say this. All of us who are parents got first dibs at our children. All of us who are parents got first dibs at our children. We are our children's first role models. Your same-sex parent is your first hero. And then your opposite sex parent is a close second. So if I got action at my kids before the rest of the world, before any rapper can get to their ears, I got all this time to plant ideas in their brain, to condition them. I got years ahead of any rapper before any rapper can get a chance to be impressionable to them. I got the first action. So you mean to tell me you had your child from day one? First of all, before they even was born, you created them. You had them for all X amount of years. And let's say you could control their movement. You decide who they can go stay over, who they can spend the night at, who house they can spend the night at or not. You decide what kind of music is played in the car, what kind of music is played inside of your home. You decide what school they go to. You control what kind of friends they can have and who they can be around, who they can't, at least up to a certain age, at least at the very least through elementary, maybe middle school. Middle school is usually when they start finding their music. So then a rapper, they hear a rapper and boom, just like that. Everything you taught them just go out the window. As if you ain't said nothing and did nothing all those years. Nah, I wouldn't give I wouldn't give a rapper that kind of credit. I wouldn't give nobody that type of credit. And ain't nobody gonna get that type of credit from me and mine. Now that's on me. If I raise a child to be so damn weak that they allowed a rapper to influence them to go out and do something stupid, I failed. Even if I actually did a good job, I think I did a good job. I missed something along the way. If my child heard a rap song and decided they was going to go out and do something stupid because they heard somebody on a rap song do something stupid, I failed. Growing up, I heard a song, that was a famous song called I Shot the Sheriff. I used to sing that song all the time. I never thought about shooting a sheriff. I never shot a sheriff. But I liked the song. When people do the things that they do it because they want to do it. Yes, they can have influences. Yes, that can be influence. Just like a rapper can influence somebody to want to be better. They can influence somebody to want to seek politics, seek a career in politics, or they can influence somebody to want to start their own business, become a billionaire, Yes, just as they can influence people to want to do something good, they can influence people to do something bad. So I'm not throwing the baby out with the bath water. You got to have discernment. One of the things that I told my kids, I would tell them often, and to this day, every now and then, I still hit them with it. They're both in their 20s now. If you're going to do something stupid, make sure it's your idea. Now, one of those, I don't know how many dudes was in that car that opened fire on Lil Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter, but I'm sure it was one of their ideas first. One of them came up with the idea, and the others followed. So one of them came up with the stupid idea, and then the other or others went along with it. Now, the one who came up with the idea is going to look stupid when he get caught and have to face that time. He's going to look really stupid. But the ones who went along with it, they're going to look even more stupid. They're going to feel stupid. Because I can deal with something if it's my idea. I can deal with it. I got to deal with it. If I did it, okay. I know how to take my bitter with my sweet. So if I did it, I don't really want to be punished, but, I can deal with it better because I did it. It was my idea. But if I did it because I'm a follower, because it was somebody else's idea and I did it, now I look like a damn fool. I look like a super damn fool. Courtney Duffel, what's up? What's up, Mike? It's really hard to understand how the youngsters can see so many other youngsters losing their lives and going to prison for most of their life. it's really difficult to understand how they see that in real time. And they still choose to do that, knowing that when the time comes, their ass is going to be in that courtroom crying. If they're not in that courtroom crying, oh, they're going to shed some tears in that cell. They're going to shed some tears. I've seen grown men do it. I've seen men in their 30s and 40s do it. So they're going to shed some tears. Oh, that's absolutely coming. All that tough shit going to be gone when he have to realize how many years they're going to have to sit up in that box. Yeah, man. It's absolutely coming. And I'll say it again. Whoever is responsible for killing that baby and Lil Ronnie, they will be caught. I suspect by the end of the week, they will be caught, because from what I get, from the information I got, the police got surveillance of the shooters. So their ass gonna get caught. The days are numbered. So go ahead on and shit. Try to eat whatever your favorite food is. Go on, try to get it right now, because they coming. Go on, get your favorite food out the way, because it's gonna be a long time before you get some more. Eat that favorite food. Go to that spot. Turn up. Do whatever you got to do with your girl or your boyfriend. Whatever place you wanted to visit, go ahead on and visit right now. Because when they come, that's it. When you hear those when they come and they start putting them locks, when they put those handcuffs on, when that happens, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So go ahead on right now. Whatever money you talking about blowing, you better start thinking right now, calling a lawyer. Better start trying to get a lawyer right now. Better stop spending whatever money you got. You better take that money and contact a lawyer. Or get at your woman, your mama or somebody, and let them know this is the lawyer I need you to call, and here's the money. And you better hope they don't spend that money before you need it. Because the police is not going to let this slide. If anybody's going to kill a 5-year-old, an innocent 5-year-old girl, it's going to be them. They ain't going to let you start doing it. The number one job of a parent is to protect their child. It ain't to feed their child. It ain't to clothe their child. It ain't to coach their child. It's not to buy them an iPhone or some Snickers, some Jordans. It ain't to buy an outfit or throw them a party. The number one job of a parent is to protect their child. That is the number one job of a parent. And Lil Ronnie did not protect this baby. Now I know somebody gonna get mad about that, because we love to praise stupid shit. we love to debate and get triggered over responsibility and accountability. We got a big problem with that. I don't doubt that he didn't love his daughter. I mean, he seemed like a really good dude. He seemed like a good father. I don't think all them people that was crying over him lying. I think he probably was a good dude. And he probably was a father as best he knew how to be a father. But your number one job as a father, as a mother, is to protect your child. Your number one job as a parent is to protect your child. That is the number one job of a parent. That child, hold on, I got me a troll. Let me get this troll out of here. Yeah, your number one job of a parent is to protect your child. Now, some people they don't like that because they're not really protecting their children. They don't protect their children, so they're gonna have a problem with that statement. Richard said, in that situation, what could he do? Now, here's the deal. If this was just a random, so let me put it like this. You know what? I'm going to take that statement all the way back as far as saying that he failed, because I do not know the full circumstances of events. I do not know if he got hit because he was getting robbed. If it was a situation where it was a robbery gone bad, yeah, he failed to protect it because he was flashing his money. And everybody knew he had stacks on stacks. And he always said that he was the biggest gambler in Texas. That was his thing, the biggest and the best. So if you're the biggest gambler and you're packing stacks and you rolling around with stacks, then you know that them wolves are out there and they're attracted to stacks. And if you got your daughter in the car with you, even if you don't have your daughter in the car with you, they could come and try you at any point. If you have your daughter in the car with you, now you put your daughter's life at risk. So under those circumstances, he would have failed. Now, if this was just a random situation where he did not know where this came from and why these dudes did what they did, because sometimes dudes are just haters, then that's a different story. Then that was nothing that he could do. So I would apologize for jumping the gun on that if it went down like that. If there's a situation where these guys just open fire on him, if the motive was just open and fire on this guy just because, you know, maybe they thought he was somebody else. They opened fire on him. I don't know. Maybe that could have been a situation. Don't know. So that could have been one. There's so many scenarios until we get until they get arrested and start snitching on each other, we really ain't gonna know what happened. We won't have really any real idea of what happened. So I would be remiss to not apologize for jumping the gun and saying that he failed, because I don't know the particulars of that. I don't really know the particulars, but I can only give a scenario in that, you know, a lot of times we do jump to the gun when we dealing with street guys, and if something happened to a street guy, we automatically think that it's street related. So so I jumped the gun on that. So I apologize for that. But if it wasn't a street thing, if it was not a street thing, and these guys just opened fire on him for whatever reason, maybe some dude was jealous, you know, maybe it had something to do with some girl or whatever, and you know, somebody was jealous of him, or you know, they hit the wrong car, whatever, that's something different. You know, that was absolutely nothing he could have done about that. Right? There's no way. Because he would have thought that it was nothing. He didn't have to go out of his way to do anything extra to protect her, because, you know, he wouldn't have known that his life was in danger. But if this is the result of some type of street stuff going on, and he had his daughter riding in that car with him, then that's a whole different story. But having said that, as Crystal Brooks put it, kids are off limits. Kids are off limits. That don't give those of us who are out there in the gang an excuse to relax and think, well, they say kids are off limits, so I can do whatever I want to do and have my kids with me at any point, and they ain't gonna try me. They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna kill me. I know a dude who got killed, this maybe about 15 years ago, on Easter Sunday in Houston. He had just come from church with his wife and small child. Now, this dude was kind of in the streets. Not really in the streets. He was more like where he was taking street money, put it like that. And he got jammed up where he owed the wrong people, and they went and got him. So the shooter ran up on him, and the wife he said, man, you gonna do this in front of my kid? Dude thought about it for a split second, and then he proceeded to put 15 in his head, all 15 shots in his head. So there are people out there, you have to understand that there are people out there that don't have any principles. They don't have boundaries. You know that there are people out there that don't have boundaries when you got people out there killing their own mama, killing their own sister, their own brother, their own daddy, their own son, their own daughter. So that if they'll kill their own, you know they'll kill yours. They'll kill their own cousin. So you know what they'll do to you and yours. So that's why the best thing to do is, man, let the streets have it, man. I know when I've been defeated, I left the streets like I left gambling. You know, I left the streets like I left the casinos. Man, the casinos got me. They won. They won. When I used to go to the casino, I used to go to the casino every week. I used to drive down to the casino every week for like 2 months straight. I would drive from Houston to Lake Charles. That's about 2.5 hours. And every damn time I went, I lost. And what made me think that I could win was the odds. I'm thinking, shit, I got to win one time. What makes you think you're close to winning is when you get up and then you start thinking, okay, I reached my goal, but I lost this amount of money last time and that time. So now you're trying to make up for the money you lost the previous times you gambled. Next thing you know, you leave on E. So that's what happened to me. And one day, I finally caught my snap and I said, you know what? If I don't go, they've been hitting me up for thousands of dollars every time I go. So instead of me going next week, I am going to keep my money. And each time that I don't go and keep my money, that's a win for me. That's how I started looking at it. It's all perspective. It's all perspective. See, because when you work and get paid, you already won. When you work and get paid, you already won. So why am I still rolling the dice if I already won? And I just had to get my mind right. I just had to get my mind right that every time I don't go, I won again. I'm up again. I'm up. I'm up. I'm up. I'm way up now because that was 20-something years ago. So I'm way up. I haven't gambled in over 20 years, so I'm way up. I'm up in the millions. I'm up. I'm all the way up. They can have that damn casino. If I found $100 chip, $1,000 chip on the floor at a casino, I would pick it up and turn it in and get my $1,000. I'm not giving them nothing. I won't put a nickel in a slot machine. They ain't getting nothing from me. Vegas was built on losers, not winners. They ain't getting nothing. And unless you run in the house, unless you're the house, if you're gambling, that's exactly what you're doing, gambling. If you ain't playing with some loaded dice that you loaded, you can prepare to roll a dice and lose. So I realized that this gambling thing ain't for me. So I stopped gambling. Because at the end of the day, all I had to show for it was a lot of lost time with my family, a lot of quality lost time with my family, stress, and less money in the bank. That's what I had to show. So now I don't give a damn about no gambling. They can have it. They don't do nothing to me or nothing for me. And that's the same way I feel about the streets. I have never seen anybody able to beat the streets. If you were in the streets and you survived the streets, you survived the streets. You didn't beat the streets. Beating and surviving is two different things. You survived the streets. I survived the streets. I survived the streets, family. I didn't beat the streets. So that's why when these dudes be talking about I'm street and man, the streets don't, and the streets this and street, man, fuck the streets. Straight up. Y'all can have that shit. The streets you don't run the streets no way. The police run the streets. Because when the police want to come pick you up, they come pick you up. I ain't never seen a dude so bad in the streets. I've been around a lot of killers. I ain't never seen a dude so much of a killer that when them people wanted to come pick him up and they had that arrest warrant, that they didn't come pick him up. I ain't never seen a dude so bad that when the police pull up on him, the police say, oh, you know what? Never mind, man. It's Big Mike. Let's run. Let's get away. No. The police say do this, they comply. No matter how big and bad they are. No matter how many gang members they got. When the police come, they comply. So you don't run the streets. The police run the streets. You might be in the streets, but you don't run the streets. And who would want to? I don't. Look, fam, it just ain't. It ain't appealing enough to me. It ain't enough. It's not enough perks for me. There's just not enough perks in the streets for me. It's not enough perks. When I think about the streets, I think about all the lost lives. I think about the fights, the shootings, the killings, the disrespect. That's what I think about. The pain. Motor Culture, what's up? Miss Jazzy is in the house. What's up, Miss Jazzy? Tony Blackman, Vicky Slaughter. Angel Scott said, I'm my own gang. Can't switch on yourself. That's what I'm talking about. I never liked the idea of doing dirt with a bunch of dudes. Somebody gonna flip, even if it's just it can be you and your best friend. Man, you don't know what them people gonna say one day. You don't know what they're gonna say. You don't know what's gonna go down and what your friend thinking about and what he had planned. And when people start talking about a life sentence, sometimes it ain't got to be life. It might be a week in jail. Your friends start pointing like the Jackson 5. Like, no, man. Give you up in a heartbeat. Karen Jones. What's up, Karen Jones? Joe Block. Jalen Kennedy. TA. This is bad news, fam. This is bad news. As I said when I started, fam, I don't know what if anything Lil Ronnie did to make somebody want to, unalive him. But I know that baby ain't did nothing. She ain't did nothing to nobody. And whoever is harboring the killers, the shooters, they better know that if they'll take the life of a 5-year-old baby, they're damn sure do something to them. I wouldn't even trust somebody that would kill children. I would not trust a person that would take the life of a child. Kyle Barnes, what's up? Pure Michigan. What's up, Dee Dee? These dudes just be taking guns and just shooting, man, just shooting and shooting like they be shooting like like they playing video games or something. Like them bullets ain't taking away human life. They just shooting like they're hunting and riding off. It's like it don't even register to them the extent of what they're doing. Like I'm wondering, like, at what point? But a lot of these dudes, they be so high and out of their minds, they don't even know what to do after they do it. They just go back home and start smoking. A lot of them be so messed up in the head, brain be moving so slow, they can hear the police coming, the sirens and everything, and they just be still just sitting there stuck. Now, if y'all think this is bad, fam, if y'all think this is bad, I'm about to give you a dire forecast. The dudes who rolled up on Lil Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter and gunned them down, some of them got kids, I'm sure. If they don't, well, they ain't gonna get a chance to if they ain't already got kids. But it's a lot of them out there that's like that do have kids. Or they're gonna have a child because, jackers and killers get horny too. You have to think about the type of women who would be interested in a dude that they know is stuck on demon time. Think about the type of women who would date them type of dudes. Because you got to not really care about yourself to lay up in bed with a dude like that and procreate with him, bring a baby into the world. So imagine what the baby is going to be like if they got a daddy and a mama on demon time. boy, it's going to take the heavens to open up and give that child, for that child to have a chance. You got a mom and a daddy stuck on demon time. It's going to take everything to save that child. All these little youngsters running around here with these pistols, flashing them on the internet and talking about pull up and pulling up and smoking on this, smoking that. They have children. They get horny. They having children. What do you think they're going to get those children? What do you think they're going to teach those children? Whatever you see happening now, it's going to be worse. It's going to get a lot worse. I would say to the youngsters in the hood, find you something to do. Find you something to do positive. Find you a person that's like-minded or somebody who is on a different level than you are, who want to do something with their life, who's doing something. And spend your time around that person, because you resemble who you assemble. If you're assembling around a bunch of crash dummies, you are going to become collateral damage. And you're not going to be able to use the excuse, I wasn't even doing nothing. Police don't care about that. All they know is somebody got robbed, somebody got killed, and you was with them. Your ass is going to jail. It wasn't me. It's the wrong guy. No, nigga, you with him. So because you in the car with him, they're going to shoot you too. You ain't going to have no chance to sit up and try to explain to the shooter, because the shooter come to shoot. They ain't come to negotiate. They didn't come to talk. They came to shoot. So you ain't going to be able to plead your case and say, man, I just got a ride, man. I ain't had nothing to do with it. You ain't gonna have a chance to do all of that. The shooter gonna start shooting. So find you something to do, man. Find some positive people to hang around. And if you can't find somebody positive to hang around yourself. Be all by yourself. You stand a better chance. You stand a better chance. Don't get caught up with these little chicks just because they got a nice booty and some nice titties or a pretty face, whatever it is you like. Don't get caught up in that, because some of these chicks will line you up to get killed. They heartless. They on demon time too. In fact, the gender that has the most sex traffickers, according to authorities. I just saw a report on this yesterday. They were saying that there's more women sex traffickers than men, because women are used to relax the guards of other women and children. So when it comes to child sex trafficking and all that kind of stuff, they can be very effective, because a lot of people, they are wired to trust women over men. Some of y'all women got to be careful when y'all go to the clubs. Y'all meet this chick in the club. Y'all have y'all guards so high ready for men, y'all forget that there are women predators out there too. So the woman come up to you and start, oh, she meet you in a bar. Oh, you're so pretty, and compliment you and everything. And hi, y'all having fun. Next thing you know, y'all drinking and y'all dancing and all, and you thinking she's so cool. Wow, she's cool. And then she might even check a dude for you. You like, damn, she checking niggas do shit. Okay. Make you feel safe. Next thing you know, you go to the restroom and come back, take a sip of your drink, and you wake up and the club is empty and you lying stretched out butt naked on the pool table. Y'all be careful out there, fam. R.I.P. to Lil Ronnie, his daughter. Condolences to the family, friends, and fans. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, family. Miss Jazzy, China, I appreciate y'all on the moderation. Till next time, no more talk.